just be different in life. Follow every goal, every aspiration that you ever had, and then just follow that with true intentions. Go out and go get it. Be a hustler. Think for yourself. Don't let someone else decide your decisions. Be a decision maker. Figure out what you mainly like to do in life that's positive, and go out and make some money. You know, everybody has the mindset to be successful, so a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Go out there and get it.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Maxwell Show. I am your host, Max Maxwell. And of course, today I got somebody with me. I never do this show by myself because it's just way more interesting when I'm with someone. And today I have somebody who is actually not that far from me. Greensboro, North Carolina. My guy, Kenneth. What's up, man?
What's going on?
So you're let me make this, you're a newbie.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had like somebody new on here. Not in the sense of like, they just getting in here, they're getting their feet wet. They doing their thing, and I think this is a cool, right? Because most of the time it's a seasoned professional. They know what they're doing, but the majority of people listening to this podcast and this show don't have the experience. You may be 2 steps ahead of them, right? Because I know you got some contracts. You were actually doing some contracts today in my office.
Yeah. So
tell us a little bit about yourself. I know. Since you're new, you obviously came from something else. You're what,
24.
24. So what industry did you come from? What were you doing before?
I was doing trucking before I got into real estate.
Trucking? You're 24 now? You were doing trucking when you were younger?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah.
So tell me about that.
So basically, like I said, I got my CDLs at 21, and then I worked for someone else for a year. Then I decided, forget that. It's time to work for myself. Mm-hmm. And then so I got into business for myself doing trucking. And then, but as like I said, when I was trucking, I wasn't I was still in the business. It wasn't considered a business to me because I still, I was
just your own boss.
Right.
You just didn't have to work for somebody else. You was your own boss.
Right.
Did you like trucking?
I did, but like I said, I knew it was always something better. I knew I had more potential to do something better.
When did you find out about real estate at this point?
I've been knew about real estate since about 2019. It's particularly wholesaling in general.
Because you came to one of my events that I had here locally.
Yep. Yes, sir.
And so your friend was in it at the time, or your friend was just getting started.
Yep. Shout out to Sam Hopkins. He was in it at the time, and he's the one that, just really inspired me to do real estate. Inspired me to watch your podcast and come to the meetup that you guys had in 2019 and really get me into real estate.
So he got you into real estate 2019. You watched some videos, but you didn't take action.
Right.
So let's back up. You're still doing this trucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
You did trucking for somebody else for a year, then trucking with just yourself for a year or some change or something like that?
Yeah, a year, exactly.
And did you, you said you enjoyed it. Did you make any money?
Yeah, make some money. We were probably grossed $200K.
So that's not bad for your first year solo.
Yeah.
Obviously there's expenses and all that stuff that go with it. But what made you finally look at real estate and say, okay, this is something that I want to do?
Well, it's because, like I said, I have my trucking business now. I gross 200, but half of that, or majority, went back into the business. Diesel fuel went up, and then, I particularly spent like hours on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I was locally, I still worked 70 hours a week. 80 hours a week, just trying to maintain.
So that was a hard-earned $200,000.
Right.
And you was like, I got to do something better.
Yeah, I was like, it's got to be a better way. It's got to be something better than this. And I'm looking at my friend the whole time, over the years, his growth, personal development growth over the years, and he's locking them up, and he's making all types.
So the same friend you pulled up with in 2019 to the event is now continued to do real estate, and you're watching him, and you're like, damn. He's probably bragging to you, like not in a like braggadocious way, but he was like, "Yo, bro, I just closed another one," or you watching him do it through social media or something. Right?
Yeah. Every he would post his deals on Snapchat or Facebook, and I would see him on there, big checks, and I was like, it's time for me to switch it up. Oh, it would really change the game. He brought a brand new Corvette, and then he posted.
And you're a car guy.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? It's time to switch it up.
So, you're in the business now. You're fresh though. Right. It's only been a couple months.
Right.
You're getting your feet wet. You're spending the day with me to kind of get the ins and outs and understand like what you need to be doing. What are some takeaways? What is your perspective? What was your perspective of that switch coming from, I'm working for somebody as a trucking. Okay, I got some entrepreneur spirit in me. Let me go get my own truck and run up and down the road. And then you do that and you're like, okay, I got even more entrepreneurial spirit. This thing is just a job. Let me get over here to real estate. What's that? What's the switch, right? What's the switch coming from trucking into real estate? What is that like?
It's a significant switch.
Yeah.
I think I like real estate better.
Yeah.
Because I can be more creative with the deals and everything, and I have more personal control over my time.
Yeah.
And my time is like as we know, is our most valuable asset.
Yeah.
And so I have more control over it. So I look at it as a positive perspective.
Have you been able to close anything yet so far?
Yeah, we got a deal closing. My friend, he just called me, and we got a deal closing next Monday.
Okay,
Yes,
so you about to get all the way in. So you got rid of your truck.
Yes, sir. Sold that.
So you taking the money, you slowly saying, okay, I'm going to roll that into this real estate business.
Right.
You want to spend it wisely.
Right.
Right. I get that. And you're like, listen, I could spend a few $1,000s a month getting this thing rolling. I'm like, perfect. I know exactly what you need to do. Was there any misconceptions coming over from what you were doing in the trucking business to what you've seen online, right? Everybody's got a freaking YouTube channel about wholesaling real estate. Everybody's got an Instagram. Everybody makes $1 million. Everybody's closing 10 deals every 2 days. Was there any misconceptions coming over so far that you've seen?
Not really. I've always been a stickler to like what you guys say. Choose one or two people, listen to them. And so I mainly majority listen to you, my friend Sam, which he mentored me, and then Wholesaling Inc.
Yeah.
I only took.
I used to listen to that podcast when I was just getting in the game too.
Yeah, I only took advice from you three, the people I knew that were actually doing it and doing it, seriously. And I just ran off from that advice.
That's good. Now, and what he's talking about is when you roll into a particular industry, now these days with the internet, everybody's an expert, right? And, you got to be careful who you listen to. So you got to take the time and find two people maybe you enjoy listening to. Probably you would trade lives with them. And you can look past all the shiny stuff that they may be showing you and see if they're really doing the game. And then pick those two people and only listen to what they got to say. Because what happens is people get into any industry, particularly real estate that I know because I'm personally in it, and they follow everybody. They're subscribed to like 15 YouTube channels. They follow every single Instagram investor, flipper, wholesaler. And then they're getting conflicting messages because they're seeing all of these posts. And it's just hard.
Yeah.
Did you think it was easy or hard to get your first deal?
Pretty easy. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to make it sound like it's so easy to everybody, but I literally, I said one day, I hate cold calling, but I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and cold call.
You hate it. Everybody hates it.
I know. And then it's like probably my third call. I got a seller on the phone and said, hey, yeah, we want to sell, and then I talked to him and worked it, and it was pretty easy. It wasn't that difficult.
Obviously, you were nervous a little bit, right? You never did this before.
Right. But I had experience in the past selling. I used to sell cars and buy them and flip them. And so I've had experience
talking to people
and selling things in general.
And so what was it like selling but buying? Isn't that different?
Yeah.
Like you're selling, you're using your sales skills, but you're actually buying something.
Right.
Which is, how was that?
I mean, same principles apply, but you just got to switch your techniques. It's just pretty cool. But like all the creative things you can do with wholesaling, how you can actually lock deals up without buying them.
Yeah, and so you came to me today, and you're probably thinking you were going to get a ton of secrets and a ton of like, this is going to work. And I gave you some that were maybe hidden in plain sight. But the main thing is, you go after one or two lists. That's it. And you bury deep in it, right? And you bury deep in two marketing mediums, right? Cold calling or texting or cold calling and mail, whatever it is that you can afford and that you want to do. And you just go deep in it. And then I gave you advice on kind of using the sniper method that I like to use. Did you understand that in totality what I was talking about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so I won't really say too much what the sniping method is, but it's essentially you go after a very particular niche problem. And it's not like I'm saying one particular thing, but I gave you an example of going after people who are in tax foreclosure, right? Or any type of foreclosure. What is your goals for the next 3 to 6 months, right? And I want you to say this here because I want people to, check you out on Instagram or whatever it is you're popular on and see if you're holding yourself accountable. Because I think before you answer that, keep in mind 3 to 6 months. I need that answer. But the reason why I think posting what you're doing on Instagram, not in the method of braggadocious, but reason why I started my YouTube channel and the videos I was creating at first was just to keep myself accountable to my friends, and it was actually posted on Facebook, like to my friends group. But it is like, if you go on there and you make a video that is a couple minutes long and you say, all right, here, I got out of the trucking industry, started in the real estate. In the next 3 to 6 months, I want to be doing this, want to be doing this, want to be doing this. If I'm not doing this in the next 3 months, you guys have all the right to call me out. Now you've told the world, at least whoever's watching, right?
Right.
So I want you to tell the whole world that's watching now, what is your goal in the next 3 to 6 months?
My goal in the next 3 to 6 months is like to consistently close deals. Every month I want to be doing at least 5 deals or more. That's what I'm going to set the expectation high. Let's 5 deals or more, 5 to 10 deals or more. The sky's the limit.
Got it. And we talked about KPIs, key performance indicators. We talked about, why it's important to track those and know those base KPIs. Because if you know what brings in 1 deal and you want 5 deals, you got to multiply your KPIs by 5 in order to get this, right?
Right.
So it's pretty simple. So in the next 3 to 6 months, you want to be closing 5 deals a month.
Right.
Minimum. And so answer this question. How many employees do you have right now?
Just me.
Just yourself.
Yes, sir.
I like that. So everybody listening, thinking that they got to do this with the first thing you want to jump on and get cold callers or VAs, whatever. You don't have to do that. You've got 2 deals or 3 deals in the pipeline right now, contracts signed, they're pending in an escrow. They're just waiting, right? You got 1 that you need a buyer on, right? I put you in contact with Eric, who's, can slam you a buyer real quick. My thing is, with you moving into this field brand new, with you taking this risk, you're still young though. You're mad young. You feel young?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You got so much time to make so many mistakes. But the cool thing is you don't really have to make these mistakes. Like today you invested in yourself. That says a lot about the way you think, right? To spend the money, to spend the day with me, to hang out, to, all this stuff, just being able to be around me for the entire day and you just answer me questions and solving some of the problems that you have. It says a lot about who you are as a person, the way you think about how to approach a problem. In the next 3 to 6 months, obviously, I gave you a plan to go out, and you hate cold calling. So the first thing we're going to do is, how to do it.
Right.
That's an important thing. He hates it, but he knows how to do it. And then you're going to hire somebody to do some of the cold calling for you. And what is going to be next for you? What's after you hire this first employee, where do you see, like, give your blueprint a little bit?
Okay. Well, after I hired that first, it's always good to get good at the things you hate first. So I hate cold calling, but I know how to do it. So let's go ahead. I'm good at it, but I hate it. So let's go ahead and hire that out, and then I can work on acquisitions, and I can work on lead generation. I can work on the other, key indicators that I need to get my business all together.
What are some of your favorite ways right now to reach motivated sellers or talk to people? What are some of your favorite marketing ways?
Marketing ways, driving for dollars, which is that a market?
Yeah,
okay. Driving for dollars and bandit signs. They're probably my 2 most favorite as of right now until I learn new ones.
So question, I haven't heard the word bandit signs in a while. I was very big on them. I got this big banner truck that I can put whatever I want on it. That's like my driving bandit sign. Are they still effective? You still get phone calls from them?
Definitely. in smaller areas, you know, outskirt areas, you know, they work the best.
So there goes a tip. So if you want bandit signs to work, move them outside of the major cities where they just become a nuisance now, and everybody knows what a bandit signs is. Move them out a little bit past outside the city, and you say you're getting more calls from that area.
Yes, yeah.
And driving for dollars. I love driving for dollars. People know that. The reason why I love driving for dollars so much is because, one, it allows you to explore the area that you're going to be a part of, right? You're going to get to see what it's like street to street, right?
Right.
If the right people are out, you can pull over the car, talk to a neighbor. It's leaf raking time now. People are going to be outside. Stop, have a conversation. Hey, what do you know about that house? Who, you know, because any neighborhood that has a crappy house, the neighbors want it gone. They're going to give you the information.
Right.
So I love driving for dollars. One, it gets you involved in the neighborhood, gets you understanding from street to street. So when somebody calls out a street, you be like, oh, well, that street's not that good, but a couple streets down, that's a real hot area. So I love it for that reason. I love it that you physically get to see the stress inside of on the property. You can see the characteristics that we call out. What are some of your favorite characteristics about a distressed property that just gives you like the?
Well, a distressed property in good neighborhoods sticks out. It's an eyesore, you know, and so that's one of my favorite characteristics. It's like, hey, we can take this eyesore and you know, assign that contract to an investor, and they can fix it up and make the community look better. So
one of your things is going in decent neighborhoods and looking for the worst house.
That's right.
Has it worked for you so far?
Yes, sir.
That's one of the deals you were talking to today, right?
Definitely.
I like it. What would you say to people just coming into this business? Like, you've had some early success, right?
Right.
You've been able to talk to some sellers, get some things under contract, some stuff in escrow. What would you say talking to these people that are just coming up? Just getting started, because that's what a lot of people are listeners. They're just getting here.
Yeah, definitely. I would say just well, for me, so long I knew about wholesaling, but I didn't take action. I would say just go out, just take action. You know, pick a couple people that you can truly listen to and learn from, that's actually doing it for real, not people that's just, you know, just talking about it and bragging about it. Pick people that's actually in the industry and doing it for real and learn from them, and then just go out, take action. You know, start cold calling, start doing whatever you're marketing. And, you know, just start.
Yeah. So, I'm excited to see your journey. Truly am. You have an Instagram?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's _KLV16.
KL_KLV16.
Yes.
You don't see a lot of cars on there, right?
Yeah, I got a little car story, yeah.
I do want you to make a video about your goals for the next 6 to 9 months and post it on your page. Just going to hold you accountable. Your friends are going to think you're silly, but you've just publicly announced what you want to accomplish.
Yeah.
You know, and people are going to hold you accountable when they see you out, when they see you doing things. They're like, did you do this? Do you want to buy any rental properties?
Yes. And here in the future, I want to acquire rentals.
When?
Within 12 months.
Okay.
Know?
So in the next year, okay, you need to add this to your public goals list. So you want to get to, in the next 3 to 6 months, you want to consistently be able to do 5+ deals a month. And then within next 12 months, you want to buy your first rental. Okay. I think this is fascinating. I think it's fascinating because these are the things I was telling myself back in like 2016. Right, and we see where it's got me so far, and I think you're a true problem solver and a go-getter, and you're a risk taker, right? That's what an entrepreneur is, a risk taker, usually financially. And so you're taking this risk to get into this real estate, and it may pay off. I mean, and it may lead to other businesses, right?
Right.
Because real estate's not your true passion, is it?
It kind of is. I love real estate.
Yeah. There's other things you would do too, though.
Right. It's like you said. It's a gateway. It's a gateway drug to where I want to be.
Yeah, to real estate.
Yeah,
to real estate in general. I think it is. I think it's the gateway drug to real estate that you always do. You know what I mean? Because finding the art and the skill of finding a deal is the basis of every single real estate transaction. Except for regular people who just buy and sell houses that they want to live in. We've seen people overpay for those things, which is ridiculous.
Right.
How does your friends take you leaving trucking and switching fields?
They respect it. My one friend Sam, who's very successful wholesaler, he told me to do it a long time ago. He been told me, and then now that I finally did it, he supports me. And so
what did he say when you were like, yo, I'm about to go see Max?
Oh yeah, he was like, man, that's cool, Yeah. And he was like, man, I told you to do this a long time ago, and he was like, he's one of the heavy hitters in the wholesaling game.
Where do you think you would be now if you started in 2019?
A millionaire.
But everything happens for a reason.
Right.
Right. And so you got your feet wet in trucking. Maybe one day you'll revisit that.
Right. I plan to open,
with a lot more money.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I plan to open, the way things go, we'll see, but I plan to open up another trucking business without me driving,
You want to automate that. You want to get drivers. I know some friends. I got some friends in the trucking industry. So whenever you're ready for some extra advice, let me know for sure. I'll pass you along to them.
Yeah, definitely.
This has been cool. I'm kind of like, the reason why I'm pausing so much, I usually talk a lot. The reason why I'm pausing so much is because I'm now like revisiting when I started. Like I said, most of these conversations on these podcasts are with people who are doing it, and we're talking in present terms. You're speaking in future terms. And I think this particular version, even though it's going to be shorter, I think this podcast is gonna help a lot of people. Because so many people on all these social media platforms are showing you already done. Like, open up your Instagram before you leave here today, because people are going to follow you from this that are at the same position you are, maybe even a little bit earlier. They're just going to want to watch your journey. They're going to silently just watch. I think this is going to be amazing for you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I always ask this question at the end. So be ready for it, right? If you had 1 minute and the entire world was listening to you, you had the attention of the entire world, what would you say? Before you say it, I want you to look into that camera and speak directly to the entire world.
I would say, just be different in life. Follow every goal, every aspiration that you ever had, and then just follow that with true intentions, and just go out and go get it. Be a hustler, and think for yourself. Don't let someone else decide your decisions. Be a decision maker. Think for yourself, and just go out there and hustle and figure out what you mainly like to do in life that's positive, and go out and make some money. Everybody has the mindset to be successful. So mine is a terrible thing to waste. Go out there and get it.
I love it. I love that. And I remember you telling me earlier, you're saying that retiring your parents is one of your major goals.
Yes, sir.
Like you want to be their retirement.
That's right.
So that's your why right now, right?
That's right.
This is why.
That's right.
All right, give him your Instagram one more time.
If you want to reach me on social media, my Instagram is _KLV16.
All right, guys, there you have it. This is another episode of the Maxwell Show. I'm here with a rookie. You guys should go follow him, because you're just going to get to follow his journey. And it may give you the confidence to do what he's doing. He learned about me in 2019. It is now 2022, the end of 2022, and he's just now here today. But maybe this podcast may be the reason why you take that risk to jump into whatever it is you want to do. Whether it's real estate, whether it's in the trucking, whatever it is, this could be the day. This could be the podcast. I want you guys to go give Kenneth a follow. And like always, if you are listening on Podcast World, make sure you give myself a 5-star rating. We really appreciate that. And if you're on YouTube, click that link, the like button, share it with your friends. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Peace.